"Want a two? I want to withdraw 1 million, says the farmer. The businessman laughs, but is deeply moved later. When a quiet farmer asks for $1 million, a banker laughs, until generosity reveals a truth bigger than money. Inside a small Iowa bank, disbelief sparks a moment that will challenge pride, wealth, and purpose, setting two strangers on a path toward unexpected compassion, courage, and a life lesson. Jacob Miller enters with dusty boots and steady eyes, greeting the polished manager Daniel, who assumes the visit is routine, until Jacob calmly requests withdrawing $1 million, turning casual air into stunned silence that ripples across the quiet lobby, reshaping Daniel's judgment in a single, unforgettable breath of reality. Records slide across the counter, revealing years of disciplined farming, smart investments, and patient growth that Daniel never expected from a modest neighbor, forcing him to reconsider appearances while curiosity replaces humor, and respect begins quietly anchoring itself in the space between banker and farmer, where truth speaks louder today. Daniel asks why anyone would pull such wealth, expecting ambition. Yet Jacob points toward distant fields and explains a neighbor's burned farm, uninsured losses, and a family legacy hanging by fragile threads, transforming the withdrawal into an act of preservation, loyalty, and shared rural survival, where community outweighs personal gain. The banker's laughter fades into thoughtful quiet as Jacob describes nights spent planning, choosing compassion over comfort, insisting money should circulate like rain, reviving lives rather than resting in vaults, awakening Daniel's buried ideals about service, responsibility, and the human stories hidden behind every balance, signature, and calculated financial decision. Customers pretend not to listen, yet the tension carries warmth as Jacob's certainty paints generosity as practical, immediate, and brave, challenging Daniel's city-shaped assumptions while reminding everyone present that prosperity can be measured in neighbors lifted, futures restored, and dignity protected through deliberate, fearless financial kindness that echoes beyond walls. As papers finalize, Daniel feels profoundly moved, sensing this transaction is a turning point in purpose, and viewers subscribe, like, and comment with Kindness Unlimited to celebrate stories where generosity rewrites priorities, inspires courage, and proves wealth finds meaning when shared freely, uplifting communities, shaping character, and reminding us always. Daniel processes the request slowly, hands steady, yet thoughts racing through years of profit-driven decisions. Jacob's quiet certainty unsettles him, revealing generosity as strength, not weakness, and planting a persistent question about purpose, responsibility, and the unseen human weight behind every number he has ever approved without hesitation or reflection. He proposes an alternative, structuring two protection around Jacob's funds while ensuring the neighbor rebuilds, speaking carefully as respect replaces authority. Jacob listens, measuring intent over words, then nods, trusting collaboration more than pride, signaling that shared solutions often multiply hope faster than solitary sacrifice ever could, especially when guided sincerely. Bank staff gather, drawn by the unusual urgency, witnessing compassion become policy in real time. Procedures accelerate, signatures align, and an institutional heartbeat seems to synchronize with Jacob's intention, proving systems can evolve when humanity is invited into decisions typically ruled by caution, distance, and routine financial habit alone. Unquestioned. News spreads quietly across town, inspiring suppliers, neighbors, and workers to contribute time and materials, turning recovery into a collective promise. Daniel observes cooperation ripple outward, realizing generosity behaves like infrastructure, supporting futures, strengthening trust, and redefining success beyond quarterly gains into resilient community architecture built on empathy, courage, continuity. Weeks later, Daniel visits the rising farm, where fresh lumber, hopeful laughter, and determined labor compose a living testament to Jacob's decision. He feels pride without ownership, understanding that leadership sometimes means amplifying another's vision, allowing kindness to scale naturally through trust, humility, and coordinated belief in shared human resilience. Standing beside Jacob, Daniel admits the experience reshaped his philosophy, exposing how numbers gain meaning when connected to lives. Jacob replies simply, insisting wealth should circulate like lifeblood, sustaining dignity, opportunity, and renewal, reminding Daniel that finance becomes noble when guided by intention, compassion, and responsibility toward people, not profit. Driving away, Daniel carries a renewed commitment to embed humanity into every decision, seeing Jacob's courage as blueprint rather than anomaly. He resolves to champion policies that protect stories behind balances, believing institutions thrive longest when compassion informs strategy, ensuring prosperity uplifts communities, honors trust, and continually returns value forward.